What's up, everyone? It's your girl. I am Kaya, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're talking Love Island Season 7, Episode 21. Not gonna lie, y'all, the episode to me was kind of people saying it's the best episode ever. I guess if you're a Nicolandria fan, it's the best episode ever. I'm not a Nicolandria fan, so to me, the episode was really mid. The game of the episode was very entertaining, but just like everything, y'all, it's just a lot of talking, and they jumping back and forth from both villas. Like I hate this. I hate them jumping back and forth from both of the villas. Get both of them in this goddamn house now. Like I'm tired of them jumping back and forth. Get everybody in one house, but it's gonna be too many people. But I'm ready for that. But before we get into all that, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Continue to show love to my videos. Again, I'm going to be here all season long. Again, this recap is probably going to be short because I'm going to be skimming through a lot of this shit until I get to the end. All right, let's go ahead and get into the episode, guys. All right, y'all. So the episode just starts off like how it ended, with we start off at Casa More where the girls are still crying over Alandra. I was like, okay, enough with these tears. Like I'm sick of these tears. Like suck it up. So then we also jump over to the villa and Ace and Taylor are talking and they miss Nick even though Nick just left like a good hour ago. And then Ace is talking about somehow he's shocked and he's surprised how Jaden didn't stand up and how he's pissed. The thing is, if Jaden didn't want to stand up because she didn't have no connection with Nick, she didn't have to stand up for that, Ace. Like I don't understand. Like I understand that Nick is your boy and all that kind of shit, but it's like if you can't force somebody to like somebody, you know what I'm saying? And it seems like she likes Austin. I don't understand why, but yeah, she likes Austin. So like, Ace, get the fuck up out of here. Like, why are you always worried about everybody else but your damn self? Like, I'm tired of you. I'm sick of you. So then we jump back over to Casa. Amaya and Zach with a K are talking. And then, she's still crying. Still crying. And now listen, I love Amaya. Amaya, I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. But sis, stop with the tears, okay? Like, you are too goddamn emotional. Like, it was one thing when Amaya first came on the show. The one thing I didn't like is her cutting people off. She seems like she's not doing that no more. I'm glad she's on her lesson. But the other thing we got to get rid of is bitch with the tears. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. But I still love you, though. And then Zach says, he says like basically the same thing he tried to say during the recoupling. He just had to go with his gut feeling. He had a better connection with Amaya. And again, I stand with Zach. He'll be a plumb fool if he would have picked Alandria just for her to keep going around talking about how she misses Taylor, knowing when they go back to the villa, she's gonna go back with Taylor. So I don't blame him. He has more of a chance of being there longer if he was with Amaya than being with Alandria. So again, I don't think Zach needs to be regretful of anything he did. He made the right choice in my opinion. So then we jump over to the black truck, that picked up Nick and Alandria, right? So they go to this, I don't know what the fuck they were at. And it's this little date set up. And then the shady ass there talking about some Jeremiah is the one servant. He got my fucking hopes up for that. I was so mad. I said, why? If Nick and Alandria can get a chance to come back in this villa, why can't Jeremiah? Because honestly, it's kind of missing something now that he's been gone. Like, have y'all not noticed that? Because I have. So at first, they just sitting there just having tea time. I was like, well, this is about to be a just gossip session of them just saying what's going on. So she's telling him about, because he wants to know what Sierra is doing. She says that Sierra is with this guy Elon and how they say that Nick looks just like him. And I've been said that. I said he look like, and honestly they talk alike too. And he said like him and Nick can be brothers. I said cousins. It look like they really can be brothers. Like he looks like a prettier version of Nick. Like he looks like the hot older brother, and Nick is just like his brother trying to like follow in his shadow. That's what it's given when it comes to Elon. Then Nick tells Alandria, which I like, is Nick actually going to tell him? But Nick, I don't know, Taylor, go back and watch this. It don't seem like Nick is your friend because he was telling all your business, like all of it. Like he was having a whole bunch of bitch session right here, talking about how Taylor has he said that he has a stronger physical and emotional connection with Clark and all this other kind of stuff. And Alandria is visibly upset. You can tell that she's really upset. And she says if she's able to come in there after a day and able to take you, then he wasn't my man to begin with. I'm like, okay, is Alandria finally waking up? Because honey, this is what we've been saying. Like, not that somebody, because I honestly didn't believe that nobody was gonna come in here for Taylor. I didn't think no one's gonna come in here for Taylor or for Austin. But shit, I was wrong because two people came in here and they went straight for their asses. And then so we jump over to the villa, and Taylor and Clark, they're talking in the speakeasy. And then he's basically saying how he's happy to be with Clark, giving her the googly eyes ever. And I was like, hold up, what's about to happen? And then they end up hugging and kissing. I was shocked, y'all. Like Taylor has never, ever, 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 ever since episode 1 done anything like this when it came to Alandria. Like, she literally has to beg him for like attention. She says, if you have to give me a little peck, I don't mind. I'm giving you the opening. It seems like he's scared to do that. But literally with Clark, he did it after only knowing her for 24 hours. That is so insane. They had just coupled up. That's the crazy part. They just coupled up because they wasn't coupled up before, because he was with Coco, and then Clark was with, who was she with? I think she was with Nick. And then they just had like, what it seemed like to us, just one little talk. And now she wants to be with Taylor, but she made it abundantly clear that she wanted Taylor when she came in here. That's why she stood next to him. And they already doing it like this after being coupled up for like an hour or two. It's crazy to me. And it's very telling that it just seemed like he never wanted Landry at this point. And it's like, and that's sad because Landry is so gorgeous, but I don't know what it is. If Landry just intimidates him, but yeah, Taylor, like, what the fuck, dude? So then Nick gets a text, and he said that Nick and Alandra, you guys can either remain single and leave the villa right now, or couple up and return to the villa. Obviously, they want to stay, so they coupled up. And then Nick starts going on a whole spew about how, oh, I've always really wanted to get to know you, but I never had the chance. And now with us being coupled up, it's like perfect timing for us to explore that and everything. And listen, I never believed in this. I still don't, and I really don't. It's been 3 weeks. Alandra is very closed off when it comes to Taylor in this whole entire episode. Even after seeing him with Clark, she's still saying that. And Nick is doing what he's doing with Sierra. I personally, this is what I feel. I think Nick is only physically attracted to Alandra. Like, he just wants to sleep with her. And I see that. I don't see them being in a serious relationship. I just don't see it. Like I said, I'm typically never wrong. I don't see them being in a serious relationship. And even like out of their conversations, I know I'm jumping ahead, it seems like only thing Nick can say is how pretty she is, about how beautiful she is. And Alandra had a problem with Jalen doing that. She's saying it seems like it's only physical, and he only talks about like how pretty I am and all this other kind of stuff. It seemed like to me, unless we missing something, that's all Nick is doing too. So that's why I say it's never gonna work. It's like, what else about her do you like other than she's a beautiful woman? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they decide to do that, and they go wherever they go. So then we jump over to Coco and Ace, and Coco said that the main reason she really stood next to Ace because she didn't want him to leave, which is to let her stand it up. But it's like, Coco, I'm just letting you know right now, sis, you a bad bitch. But Ace is gonna go right back to Shelly, and as you can't tell me otherwise. He gonna go back to her. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I don't want him with Shelly, but it sucks. It's like, if he goes back to Shelly, I don't know where that leaves Coco, because I don't want her leaving either. So then we jump back over to Casa. Aylin, well, I keep calling him that. Elon and Sierra's talking, and she says that she is open to explore. She said after like seeing what happened with Alandra, she is willing to open up and explore more in Casa more, because she don't want to be in the same shoes as Alandra. Keep that in mind. So then it's bedtime. Nothing really happened, but what I did note was because I forgot to say this before. When Clark and Taylor were talking in the speakeasy, he asked her, how do you feel about cuddling or something like that? And she said, oh yeah, I'm down to cuddle. And he was like, duly noted. We jump over to bedtime. Everyone's just sleeping. We jump over to Clark and Taylor, and he is cuddling up with her, like all on her. And I said, we have never, ever, 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 ever saw Taylor do this with Alandria since day one. And the only time I remember them really cuddling is when Jalen was there, and he was trying to show Alandria that he really is all for her. And right after Jalen got out of that villa, which I knew this was gonna happen, like I already called it, he was gonna go back to doing the same shit with Alandria, not giving her no attention, like doing that same like friendship, little brother, little sister vibe shit. He's like over there cuddling up on Clark, and I was like, I cannot believe this, what I'm seeing right now. So then all of a sudden we see Nick and Alandra, they sneak into the villa while everybody's sleeping, and they go and sleep in the bed on the end. And while everyone's sleeping, we just see Alandra, and she is literally sleeping with one eye open. She is staring at Taylor, cuddling up with Clark, and she ain't liking it. And I wouldn't either if I was her. So it's the next morning. Shelly and Huda are still crying over Alandra. It's like, y'all, please stop. Please. Y'all act like she's dead. She's not dead. Like, hit her up after the show. Okay. So then we also have Amaya. She also says that sleeping with Zach is way better than sleeping with Austin. I would think so, because Austin he farts in his sleep. Ew. So then we jump back over to the villa. Nick and Alandra, they wake everybody up, and everybody is just well, not everybody. The boys are ecstatic that Nick is here. Like, Nick was literally gone for 5 hours. Like this, but that's the thing I think the producers messed up with this whole twist. They waited to bring Nick and Alandra back in here too fucking fast. They literally just left that night. and they had to grieve for like the next 10 hours. Well, the boys did, because the girls in Casa don't know that Landry is back. But still, it's like, y'all should have held off with him. Yeah, they should have brought them back for the recoupling. Okay, because y'all did this shit too fast, and now it's not gagging no more. So then, like I said, the boys are happy to see that Nick is back. But what I did know in this moment, Taylor runs over there. You would think he is going to give Landry a hug, right? No. He goes over there and gives Nick the biggest hug. When I tell you, he gave him the biggest hug, like he was holding on to him, that you would think he needs to be doing with Landry, right? He did eventually give Landry a hug, but it wasn't at the same depth when he hugged Nick. But literally, he was holding on to Nick for dear life. I was like, Taylor. I have no words. Like, this whole episode just really showed me what Taylor was about. You really wasted Alandria's time. It's very clear that you don't want to be with that woman, and you honestly should have said that. But I think he didn't want to, because he didn't want a chance in being out of Villa. But it's like, we see through this bullshit, and that don't make you look good. It don't make you look good at all, because if that was the case, you should have just told her, so she honestly could have been with Jalen right now. Really. And honestly, you really should have went home. You really should have went the fuck home. But anyway, so we have Nick is telling the boys that he was up front, which, you know, they have thinking is Nick is gonna keep this shit secret. We gonna find out later when I get to the end of the episode. He tells the boys that he told Alandra everything, including what happened, was going on with Taylor and Clark. They didn't seem to be upset with him. And then he also tells the boys what Alandra told him was going on over at Casa. He says that Alandra told him that Shelly's over there with this 6'8" goddess, and Ace talking about it won't bother me that she's with a tall guy. You lying. Yes the fuck it will. And I can't wait when Chris walk up in that villa and he has to look at Shelly with Chris' fine ass. Ace, trust me, your ego gonna get struck, honey, because I need to see it. Like Sunday, well, no, Friday, they need to show it this tomorrow or Sunday. I don't give a fuck. I need to see Ace's reaction when Chris walk up in the house. Then Nick finally tells them, you know, the twist about what's going to happen, how him and Alandra, they had the choice to either leave the villa or get coupled up to come back into the villa. And all the guys like looked a little like stunned by it, but then they shoot over to Taylor, and Taylor don't seem like he gave a fuck at all. Taylor did not give a fuck at all that Alandria and Nick were coupled up together. He seemed like he was happy that he wasn't coupled up with Alandria no more. The fact that he didn't show, I feel like if this was Sierra, she would have showed more like emotion. Taylor didn't give a fuck. That's why I feel like they probably should have brought Nick and Alandria back in the Casa Villa to see that one, but it probably wouldn't hit the same. But I wanted to see how it happened if Nick and Alandria came to the Casa, and then Sierra had to see him coupled up with Alandria. That's what I wanted to see, because Taylor don't give a fuck about that, unless they just did it because they wanted Alandria to see what Taylor is about, which hopefully she did, but who the fuck knows. So then we jump over to Casa. Not really much happened. Shelly's talking about how good Chris looked, and he looks fucking good. Okay, that is one beautiful chocolate man. Shelly, if you don't get that man, I will fly to Fiji and slap some sense into you. Like, don't go back to Ace short ass. Okay, make it work, Chris. Make it work with him. Okay, please give me some cute chocolate children. Okay, so then and also Sierra says she really likes Chris for Shelly, which is very interesting. And then Chris and Shelly get pulled for a talk. They really don't talk about nothing like controversial or problematic. It was just a cute little chat that they have. But what I would do say, when they was walking next to each other, they look so good together. They look so good together. If Shelly, you know, comes to her senses and don't go back to Ace, and she's with Chris this whole time, they definitely will be getting my vote. Definitely, because I'm here for black love. But there's a certain black love that I'm not here for when it's fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? So then we have Alandria. She's talking to, wait, what did I just jump to? Oh, Alandria says that she's talking to Nick, because they're back to the villa, because, you know, there's a lot of just talking going on. She basically says that she just wants communication and reassurance from Taylor. And then she does say that Taylor and Clark are cute, and I'm not gonna lie, they are, because I think the difference is, from what I'm getting from Clark so far, that's what I'm getting so far, she matches Taylor's little awkwardness, because it seemed like when she's talking to him, unless she's just nervous because she really, really likes him, because I'm pretty sure she, you know, she's watching the show and said, ooh, I want to be with him, which, girl, I don't know why, but do your thing, boo. But then I think, like, if she's nervous talking to him, because like she like talks with her head down, like just like he would do when he was talking to Alandria, and then like she's very like quiet when she talks. I think they match each other's energy, which is why it looks like it matches, and why it looks so awkward when it's Alandria and Taylor together, because she's too much of a boss, bad bitch woman who's confident in herself. And I'm not saying that Clark is not confident in herself, but just something about her seems like she's very like introverted, and she's like very awkward and everything like that, and she's very like, you know, quiet toned and everything like that. It's just something about her that her and Taylor's energy kind of match. And then also what I noticed in this one, Taylor, whenever he is talking to Clark, this happened the whole episode, and I just kept clocking it and I kept noting it down. When he's talking to Clark, he's giving her eye contact. He is looking at her. He's not looking in space. He's not playing with his finger, playing with his hair. He is looking at her and giving her his full, undivided attention. Something he's never gave Alandria. Never gave it to her. And then also Alandria and Nick talk. She says that she is open to explore him. Interesting. Even though they have their past connections, even though she has Taylor and he has Sierra. And Nick is just sitting there talking about how beautiful Alandria is. Again, another conversation. Him just saying how pretty she is. But it's like, what else is there? Yeah, you got long lasting looks, but what else is there to talk about? Like, I heard him talk about shit, except Nick just telling Alandria how pretty she is. That's why I said I don't believe in it. I don't. But anyways. Then we have Taylor, he's talking to Ace. He goes over there, puts his head on a beanbag because he's so fucking conflicted, right? And Taylor's bitch ass, and this is why I wrote down like Taylor's annoying me, because Alandra's walking over there, and then Ace is like, you probably should go and talk to her, and he's talking about something. Well, she's eating. Like, do I talk to her afterwards? Like, why are you asking a 22-year-old leprechaun what the fuck you need to go and do to talk to a girl? Like, why? You've been in this villa with Alandria for 3 fucking weeks, and you still are nervous to go up and talk to her. Taylor, why are you here? Like you have to get all this assurance from Ace to go and do something. He tells you when you have to do this, tell you when you have to do that. It's like, whenever, if Ace doesn't tell Taylor how to do something with Alandria, he don't do it, and that's really pissing me off. Then Nick joins the conversation, and then Taylor is telling Nick and Ace how he's had more of a connection with Clark in 24 hours than his first 24 hours for Alandria. Again, he don't want Alandria, and it sucks that she can't see that, but I really hope, like, if there's a recoupling and he has to choose between those two, and he picks Clark, that she lets that go and go find somebody else. I just don't think that somebody else needs to be Nick. It needs to be one of them other bombshells over there, be honest with you, at Casa. Or if they bring it, because I'm pretty sure they're not done bringing bombshells. They're going to bring some more in here. Please bring somebody that wants to come sweep Alandria up off her feet. I know they did it with Jalen, but it's like, shit, they brought him in too late. They probably should bring Jalen back up in here again, just to be honest with you. And then, Taylor says he's in a love triangle. I mean, that's your fault. It wouldn't be a love triangle if you just told Alandria, the truth of how you feel. You don't want that girl for real. You don't want her. And that's okay, but it's okay, but just stop leading her on. Anyway, so Taylor's bitch ass finally pulls Alandria for a talk, and he tells her that he did kiss Clark. At least he's being honest. And again, I note on here, he's talking to her like they are sitting next to each other. No contact. Like, she's trying to give him some like contact, and he is like literally sitting next to her, looking straight ahead at the water. What the fuck, dude? And you can visit when, after he told her, like, because she came in there, she was happy that he pulled her for a talk. After he told her about that kiss with Clark, you could tell that she was really upset. Like, you could tell, like, she got mad, like really, really mad. Then but then she's able to pull herself together. And then she says, she's all right with him exploring, and then she says, just because that happened, she still wants to get to know Taylor. I was like, girl, why? Alandria, please stand up. Oh, girl. Then you could tell that she starts to get emotional, but she's like catching herself because she doesn't want to show him that. And then all of a sudden, like, and this whole time he's talking to her, why is he over there shaking? Like, Taylor's leg is shaking. He over there shaking like a salt shaker. He is so, I don't know what it is with him when it comes to Alandria. But the whole time he's talking with Clark, he seems like he's so comfortable and open with himself. He talks to Alandria, he look like he's scared to say something. I don't know if he's scared that she might slap the shit out of him or something like that, or he just scared to hurt her, or I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Alandria that intimidates him, but it's really pissing me off. And him sitting over there shaking was making me nervous through the screen. Like, Taylor, stop shaking like that. Then Alandria, Lord, she goes to her goddamn confessional, and she says she hopes that she still has hope for her and Taylor. And I said, sweetheart, let it go, please. So anyway, we have the nighttime scene, right? And the foreshadowing with this one. Sierra says, watch her crash out over here in Casa if Nick is over there in the villa making out with somebody. I was like, And then we have Elon. He's talking to the other guys, basically saying how he wants to go further with Sierra. Like, this whole episode, like, he talked to the guys like 2 or 3 times this episode, basically saying, like, we can tell that he likes Sierra. He really, really does like her. But he knows that, she still has Nick in the back of her mind as to why he keeps like having to beg to like try to get something physical with her outside of a challenge. But it's like, dude, you only been there for 2 days. She's been with Nick for almost 3 weeks in this villa. You can't like expect her to just like like throw all that away. Like girls work differently than guys. You know, she doesn't have the same mindset as guys. So you gotta be like patient with her. Like, dude, I understand you ain't got no time, but like, dude, you constantly asking for it is making you look really desperate. But anyway, so we get a text. So it's a Villa versus Casa showdown. So Alandra calls Taylor her man again. I was like, girl, oh my god. So this is what happened. So it's gonna be the Villa versus the Casa. So they're gonna be judged on chemistry and passion. So they're gonna ask them to do something, and whoever is more steamy, more sexy, more passionate gets the point. So Ace is oh yeah, and I said Ace is hyping up the villa over there. Like this is the Remember the Titans or some shit. It's like, dude, it's not that serious. Like even if y'all lost, like what happens if y'all lose? Like they don't take away y'all food privileges? Like come on now. And then Shelly, she's so cute. She over there hyping up. She says, you got to be sexy. Give it your all. Like that's what you have to do. Like Ace, what was you doing? Like stop it. So then we got the first question. I'm gonna breeze past these, y'all. So they said the boy who has the shortest name, kiss your partner. So Huda and JD and Casa, and it's TJ and Vanna in the Villa. I didn't give a fuck. The winner was the Villa. Then the oldest boy has to kiss. So that's Pepe and Grayson, which damn, I forgot how old Pepe was. And Zach, and I automatically knew it was Zach because he said he was 29. So I don't think any other guy in there is past the age of like 25, 26. So Zach and Amaya. So Amaya literally got on him, was dry humping him, and the Villa one was shocked the hell out of me because with Pepe and Grayson, I wasn't seeing it. Like Pepe is sexy, but Grayson, I didn't see too much coming from her. Didn't see it. So then they so then they said the tallest boy, which Austin is the tallest boy over there, which crazy. So it was Austin and Jaden, and I wrote down Chris and Shelly because Chris is 6'8", and then the winner was the Casa. And then they over there asking because they knew that Chris is the tallest guy over there, and they saying, oh, so he must be putting in work then. And then Ace is over there clearly upset, clearly upset. So then they had the guy who has the longest hair kiss your partner. So that was Sierra and Aylin, and then Taylor and Clark, obviously. And all I wrote down here is Sierra did her motherfucking shit. If this didn't staple it, how much Sierra is a freak nasty frog, it does. But I'm telling you right now, Sierra, she went, like she gave it her all. I can see why. I'm Nick, I can see why. But yeah, Sierra, I just said, yeah, Sierra did her shit. And you know Aylin was happy because he was able to get another kiss from Sierra, right? And then so Taylor and Clark are kissing, right? Alandra is sitting in her confessional talking about some, oh my God, I just cannot stomach it. She said something along the lines of what I have to do to get this girl out of here, some shit like that. It's like Alandra, sweetheart, I don't know what to say. So Casa was the winners, of course, because no one topped Sierra. And then they all shouting Sierra, and I'm like, I know they're not that far from the Villa. I'm like, can they really hear them? Can they really hear it? Because they're far, but they ain't that damn far because it's nighttime. I don't know how loud it is in Fiji with that area that they're in. So then we have the shortest girl. It's Nick and Alandra, which shocked me. Alandra over there is the shortest girl because Alandra gives me, she's very much tall. When she stood next to Megan Thee Stallion, she was almost damn near her height. So is all the new girls over there tall as fuck? Crazy. And then it was Huda and JD, and I was like, wait, Huda? I thought Amaya was the shortest, but yeah, it was Huda. The Villa one, because Huda did her thing, but it's Alandria. I'm sorry, sis. Then they said whoever lives the closest, kiss your partner. So Andrina and Brian, because I think they both said they live in Spain or some shit like that. And then Ace and Coco, which I already knew them because they said they both live in LA. And Casa one, which sucks because Coco really did her shit. Then this was very specific. The girl that lives in North Carolina, which shout out to North Carolina, which we know Huda's from North Carolina. And I was like, who the other girl is from North Carolina? And then I was like, oh shit, Clark said she was. Clark is from Charlotte, which I feel like I've seen Clark around because I go to Charlotte very often. I feel like I've seen her walking around somewhere. Maybe I'm tripping, but I think I've seen her ass walking around somewhere. So then we have, where am I at? Yeah, so Clark and Ace. Because, oh yeah, the girl from North Carolina has to kiss the boy from Cali. So Clark and Ace and Huda and Chris. Casa ones because Chris picked up Huda with one hand and was starting to go into town on her. I was like, oh yes. So then we get this last question, y'all. And I already knew what was about to happen. They said, everybody kiss your current partner. And I already knew it was about to be one big ass fucking orgy in that villa. Like, and then all of a sudden we go over to the villa, right? They're kissing their partners. All of a sudden they start making pyramids and shit. And I was like, what are we doing? And then y'all doing all that and y'all didn't even fucking win because Casa won. Oh yeah, and the last question was for 3 points. Casa wins was obviously because, honey, no offense to a lot of the girls over there at the villa, but I'm sorry, the Casa girls and the Casa guys, they eating y'all the fuck up. Like, that's the best one, to be quite frank with you, okay? So then the game is over. Taylor is talking to Clark, And she says that her feelings for him hasn't changed even though Alondra is there, and he's giving her the googly eyes again, giving her eye contact. He says he's happy that they're coupled up, and then she says, oh, I'm really cold. Takes off his flannel and puts it on her. Never did any of that for Alandria. Taylor, what the hell, man? And then they hug and kiss again. Like, Taylor, you've done so much physical and emotional stuff with Clark in one day than you have did with Alandra for these last 3 weeks. This is literally what Alandra has been asking you to do for her for the past 3 fucking weeks, and you won't do it. But you doing it with somebody who just walked up in here. You don't want Alandra. You don't want her. And I really want you to tell her that and stop getting her hopes up, because you telling her that you still want to explore her and everything like that, it's gonna keep her hopes up that there's still something there between the two of y'all. And I don't like that, Taylor. I don't like that at all. So then we get over to the last scene, which I'm like, oh my god. Nick and Landry talking to Speak Easy, and then they jump over to Sierra and Elon talking. I was like, oh damn, what's about to happen? So Elon asks, and mind y'all, Elon and Nick are asking the same damn question to both Elandra and Sierra at the same damn time. That's how y'all know they're two peas in a pod. They're twins. They're twins. Elon asks if he can, basically he's asking if he can get a kiss, without it being challenge related. So if they're just talking around the villa, around Casa, if she's willing to do that. And then Nick also asks the same thing, if he can see them doing anything outside of it being a challenge. And then also Nick is still again talking about his he said there's a lot of physical connection with Elandra. Physical again. And then Sierra, she's answering Elon's question because they try to make it seem like that she's about to kiss him, but then she says that she doesn't know. She says that, even though she is coupled up with him, she doesn't want to rush into any other things that's not a challenge related, because that was a boundary. And then she says, oh God, she says that if Nick is kissing people or cuddling with people outside of a challenge, she will be upset. Cut to the villa. Nick and Elandra are making out. I was like, God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Y'all producers, y'all fucking messy. And yeah, that's what happened. And this is what I want to talk before I get up out of here, you guys. This Nicolandria storyline it's very forced. The reason I'm not here for it, because it's very forced. They're trying to give the fans what they want. So this is what happens when y'all do fan services. You get produced ass shit. I don't want to see no fucking produced ass show. If I want to watch any produced ass show, I will fucking go on Peacock myself and go watch Law and Order, or I'll go watch whatever the fuck they got on there. I will go watch any produced show where they say lights, cameras, action. I will literally go and do that. I don't want to see this. It's very fucking forced. And I just don't see it. If it comes down to it, and who knows if Taylor, at this point it look like Taylor's gonna pick Clark, but who knows, he might hit us with the Uno reverse and do go with Elandra. If Taylor gives Elandra any kind of reassurance that he wants to be with her, she gonna go back to that man. Nick, I don't see him pursuing it with Elandra any further than them just being physical and touching each other. I see him going back with Sierra. But what I'm ready to see is Sierra finding out, because Sierra's about to, if you thought she about to crash out, but I'm glad that they didn't. I was like, damn, I wanted them to tell her that Nick got kicked out to see if she was gonna react to it, but now she's gonna go back to the villa and he's gonna be there. But when Sierra finds out that Nick kissed Elandria, she gonna crash the fuck out. And Sierra, sis, you put your trust in a nigga, stupid hoe. How you figure he won't fuck your bestie and your sister, honey? Elandra, that's the thing. Also, I don't know how I feel about that, because Elandra and Sierra are friends, and it's gonna be awkward as hell seeing them pursue something with Sierra being in their faces. And that's why I said I don't see it. I don't see it going nowhere. I really don't. I really do not see it going nowhere. But yeah, y'all, that was the end of the episode. And the preview is that Casa, they're finally going to the villa tomorrow. And I hope we see every inch of it. Do not leave me on no fucking cliffhanger of them going to the villa and we have to wait on Sunday. I can't wait Sunday, because Saturday's gonna be after Sunday. I can't wait. Give it to me and I want it right now, okay? But yeah, y'all, that's all I got for you this episode. Again, the episode to me was kind of except it had its moments. Again, I'm not a Nicolandria fan, so of course the episode didn't really mean shit to me. But I am ready for tomorrow. I'm ready for all the Casa and the villa come together so we can see that. But before I get up out of here, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's all I got for you guys this episode, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.